Trisha the banging misses and videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shh, got all my people in red clothes. Styling my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like that. Wanna party with me?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast. Of course, you know it's our Tuesday night edition. We know that is another day. Of course, we thank God for another day. And most importantly, we're very excited to be back in your presence one more time. Wherever you may be watching us at, whether you're at home, whether you're at the gym, whether you're at your place of business, wherever you may be watching us at, we thank y'all for tuning in on this great Tuesday as we're live streaming on Twitch. We're live streaming on X, formerly known as Twitter. We're live streaming on LinkedIn. We're live streaming on YouTube. Of course, we're live streaming on the Facebook, on our Facebook pages as well. So once again, we thank everyone. Hope everybody had a great day, had a great, very productive day, of course. And me, Chastity, back with y'all one more time. I also have a very special guest who will join us, Chastity. Patricia, I met her a couple weeks ago at the first ever entrepreneur gathering. In Frisco at the Star, Go Cowboys, America's team, of course, had to put it out there. But you can look all you want to look, it's okay. But anyway, so had an opportunity to meet this extraordinary woman, her presence, her demeanor, just all about what she want and what she want to gain out of life. And that's the type of individual we love here on the show, of course. And we're very honored to have on here and offer the invitation. And she came on, so we thank you for being with us. Before we get started, but anyway, Chance, how are you doing? I see you are doing more t-shirts and doing creative stuff. So how everything been going?
I am good. Everything has been going great. Still in the process of packing. I'm a very, very slow packer. Probably because I just don't want to pack because I'm a little lazy at that point. But other than that, the process is going. So I'm grateful for that. But other than that, it's been going great. I'm looking forward to the weekend though. Saturday especially. That's my off day. So I'm looking forward towards the weekend. How are you doing today?
And I'm doing great. I've been resting all day, so I didn't really go nowhere today. After I got off work this morning, I went, lay down, rest all day. Guys, I wanted to rest all day anyway. But then, of course, in the morning, get up at 3 a.m., hit the gym in the morning by 4 a.m. Because, staying in routine and staying consistent with it. So now I don't have anything to complain about. Hey, thank God for another day. And that's how I look at it. But, we have a very special guest with us tonight, of course. We want her to go ahead and introduce herself. Patricia, thank you. And it's an honor and a privilege for you to be on here tonight. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience here on the Walking This Way Impact Wars podcast.
Hey, everybody. It is Patricia Creswell. I am so excited to be here. I'm completely honored. Like, I have not been asked to be on a podcast in about 6 months. So I'm like, let's get me back in the game, y'all. But yeah, no, I am so honored. Thank you so much, Furman. Thank you so much, Chastity, for allowing me to be here today. But yeah, introduction. I just do a lot of stuff that is geared towards helping people transition in their lives. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's all about. And that's what it's all about, that transitioning and inspiring other individuals, motivating other individuals. Because we know at the end of the day, it's not about us, but about those whom we come in contact with to help them get to the next phase and the next level of their lives. What the old saying is, people that be in your life for a season, and then there's also people in your life for a lifetime, and knowing the two. But the most important thing is helping people transition. And like I say, you do a very unique work as well in what you do. Just elaborate on it. Give us, give the audience on what you do as an entrepreneur and how long you've been doing it.
So I am in the estate sale industry, and basically, estate sales, are for people experiencing any of the 5 Ds. And the number one top D is death. The second D is downsizing. The third D is displacement, either from a natural disaster or something like that. The fourth D is, what's the fourth D? Divorce, the one we don't like the most. And the fifth D is debt. So if you're losing your property or having some financial issues and whatnot, you can, in essence, use an estate sale to liquidate some of your depreciating assets and turn it into cash and go pay those bills. So
Mhm.
that is what I do. I'm currently in a property right now. It's pretty interesting. Today was our donation day. So I had hundreds of people come out to the property and get things for free. And so we're kind of like winding down. I still have some people here that are picking up major items, but it was just a whirlwind of blessings that was being showered down on the people that came.
Man, that's awesome. And how did you? And what of all the things you could do in the world, why chose that profession to just make a living out of?
So, I mean, have you ever heard of people saying that I didn't really choose my passion? Like my passion really chose me.
Hmm.
Like, 5 years ago, I was homeless. I was living in a shelter in Missouri City. The shelter used to take us to different churches once a week, and we would sleep on the floor, on air mattresses, on altars. And me and my baby girl was sleeping on the altar one day, right above, the cross was right above our head. And I'm like, man, God, I can't get no lower than this, because, I had a divorce. And during that time, people aren't always amicable. And of course, we had a lot of things, but instead of me wanting to fight for the forks and the couch and the spoons and the bedding, I was like, I don't want to fight for that. I'll just take the clothes on my back and I'll walk away. And so I went from fighting over forks or trying to have a discussion about who gonna get the couch to selling over 1,000 couches within the past 5 years. So
Man,
Amen.
wow. Oh wow. I respect that how you just say, you know what, it's not about all the materialistic things. You can have it. I'm just gonna move on. And that's the maturity on the side. You could nowadays people be fighting with for years over
Mhm.
things, but just you to say, you know what, you can have it. I gotta applaud you for that, Patricia, because that shows
Yeah.
maturity
Yeah.
of a woman, of course, to just do that instead of just going back and forth with it. And that's that. But the transition, I know, like I said, he was homeless for a certain amount of time. How, and then just making that transition from what they said from rags to riches, of course, but just that transition of, okay, this is it. I did spit the walk in this. But what was that first experience was when you took that taste of greatness when you step into entrepreneurship?
well, I've always kind of had an entrepreneurial spirit. I just didn't know what my entrepreneurial thing was. Like
Right.
I've done like 30 different things, but nothing really just stuck, and nothing really just, I took it to the next level. It just always fell by the wayside, or I would get bored, or I don't like it no more, or I
Yeah.
wasn't the first day I did it, so I don't want to do it no more. Like all those things, right? And so this particular thing, it came out of my humbling experience during my homeless transition, where God was like, it's either do or die. So what you gonna do? And so somebody told me you could sell stuff online, and buy it for cheap and sell it online. I was like, what? Where they do that at? So I found a little thrift store and they were selling things on Wednesdays for 25 cents. I had $10. So I took eight of my dollars and I went and turned up on the 25-cent day, and then made me an account on eBay, Poshmark, Depop, and started selling stuff online. And it was selling for like the markup was like amazing of how the things were selling online. And I was like this. So I started selling more and more clothes. Then we got to a point where I was like, man, I don't want to keep hunting for stuff. How can I turn myself into a source? I
Mm.
went to a estate sale. The lady was running around like a crazy person. I'm like, what you gonna do with all this stuff if you don't get rid of it? She says, I need a clean out company. Can you do a clean out? I was like, yep. I didn't even know what a clean out was. I ain't never even heard of that. And so that was on Sunday. On Tuesday, I was pulling up two 26-foot trucks. I didn't even have no staff. I started meeting people at Home Depot, and I was like, we got to put all this stuff on the truck. So we got it on the truck. Then we was like, where we going to put it? I had to find a storage unit. I put it in a storage unit. So fast forward to today, from that part where we were selling things online, I ended up opening up two stores, one in Arlington, one in Houston. Then I was doing clean outs and then doing estate sales. So we've done over 500 homes within the past 5 years.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
oh, yeah,
I love
congratulations on that. Chastity,
it.
have anything you want to add, Chastity?
First of all, oh my God, your strength is one thing I want to point out. You have strength like never before. For a woman to be able to walk away and do what you need to do, especially for you and your child, that is amazing. So I definitely commend you on that. But for you to just hustle your way in there, yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Like you have a definitely an entrepreneur mindset. I love it. I love it. That is so amazing.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So
Awesome.
I know, right?
called Contemporary Current. It was on West Park and Fondren. I did close it in 2022 and we shifted to another model, but I ran that store for like 3 years over there, and that just kind of made my Houston community so big. And so like I live in Dallas, but I travel back and forth between both cities because they still need me here and there. So
Man,
Oh, I
that's
love it.
awesome. That's it. Matter of
Yes.
fact, big shout out to Nicole. Matter of fact, we got Nicole coming on the podcast too. J1, I think about next week, I think. So we got her coming on. She's just an entrepreneur. She's a single mother as well. So she's gonna be sharing her story on with us on this coming month. I got to remember that she got it coming on. But she said I come in to her as well. It's not always easy, especially being a single mom. So you get a lot of
Mhm.
love, of course. Big shout out to Nicole. Big shout out to Maria before we go any further. So the people that's in the comment section as well. What we got? The code said God has greatness for you keep
Yes, he
going.
does. Amen.
so
And
next
awesome.
catch me in H Town. I will be at another estate sale that I'm doing in Tampa Forest. So y'all follow me on my socials once, put it in the bio.
Right, awesome stuff. Like I said, they know you went through that. Like you never know people's stories. They never look
Yes.
what they've been through until
Yes.
they actually mentioning what they've been through. But the same time is the willingness to keep going.
Yes.
Even though you went through a dark time in your life, you kept going. Some people they just go ahead and throw in the towel, give up, commit suicide, turn to drugs, turn to alcohol, and just don't care no more. But the
Yeah.
willingness on the inside of you to press on the press through, even though you went through that phase in your life, I still applaud you for that because not too many people, of course, J1, they just go ahead and throw in the towel and just quit and give up.
Yep.
Right. It was definitely a challenge. I had to face all types of demons. I had to face all types of things that were in me because you really don't understand how God is working with you to get you to that better place. There was no way on earth he could have gave me what I have right now 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I would not have appreciated it. I would not have done right by it. So it took for me to go through the fire, through the storm, through the brimstone in order for him to bring life into me so that not only I can be a blessing to myself and my family, now I can be a blessing to hundreds of thousands of people. So, that is
Amen.
And that's it. And of course, you are from California, of course, and you now resign here in DFW. How was that train from California? How did you end up in Texas? Is this place you chosen, or it just hey, I just want to try something? That's what I did. I never lived. I never been. I ain't started coming here until 2020. I never lived here until 2020 because the reason I'm from Mobile, Alabama, from where J1 is at as well, and just landed here and came here. So that was on your list, or you just randomly just had to try Texas?
it was just on some random. I was tired of being in the Bay. I did have another little scandalous story going on in the Bay Area. So I
Mm.
was time for me to go. I wrote a book about it. It's called Pastor in the Streets, Daddy in the Sheets, but that's coming soon. I
Mm.
left California and I met somebody here, and that's who I subsequently got married to down in the Houston area. And then we married. I got divorced in 2017. Yeah, yeah, I haven't always been the best choice of discerner when it comes to to be in my life. But when it comes to this business, though, y'all ain't gonna get that.
That's
But you
right.
know what, Patricia, it's all about learning experience. It's all about
Yes.
learning experience
Yeah.
and just learn it. And also say, okay, you know what? Yeah, I went through that, I experienced that, but I know exactly what not to do. But not
Yeah.
only that, but the information you can share with other individuals who wants to be married, who desires to be married, and to know the ins out. 'Cause a lot of times when it comes to marriage, we don't think about um, the reality behind the marriage. That makes sense. You know, a lot of individuals see they get so caught up in the ceremony. They want these big lavish ceremonies. They want all these pictures, but then the reality set in. Well, we don't talk about these things that we may have to
Mm-hmm.
endure and face the realities of life. And then before you know it, oh, I didn't sign up for all this. Oh, I went out of it. I didn't know we are gonna do all that. But just to really sit down and just say, hey, if you want to get married, this is the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts. And it's something you have to be ready for. So your experience can help someone else who wants to go down that road to say, hey, I went through this. I'm just letting you know the outcome of it was not to scare you, but just to be mindful of the decision that you make, especially are entire with someone on this journey called life.
Right. And
Yes.
on that, I married a person that was in the military and was a police officer for over 30 years. And so what I realized is that I was not qualified. I wasn't qualified. And like, you really need to understand a person's occupation, what they're passionate about, and see how you can align with that. And unfortunately, I just couldn't align. It takes a special person. So, um, God.
Yeah, it does. It does, and that's what the whole with honesty, letting
Mm-hmm.
the person know where you come from, where you at. Because I know I had a conversation with someone about this. It's like with my schedule. I know my schedule. Some people think my schedule is crazy, but I respect the individual. It's like, how can you have time for a woman because of my schedule? It's like it takes the right person to really just want to put in a pause, if that makes sense, to
Mm-hmm.
really understand, especially if they really want to be with you. And it's like, okay, this is my schedule, but I will empty you in my schedule. But it takes a very special person to just to come along this journey with you. So I
Yeah.
understand that totally.
Now what I'm dealing with in terms of like relationship wise is that I give off kind of like the main character vibe because I'm doing like really major things and I got
Hmm.
these stuff, and so I be trying to downplay myself a little bit, like, oh, my name is Patricia, this person. But when I start name dropping all the stuff I'm doing, they be like, oh no, yeah, I don't even know what that talk to you about. I like
What the
taking long walks in the park or something.
But the thing is, why would they say I don't know what to talk? It's plenty of stuff. It's plenty of stuff to talk about,
It
but
is.
it comes to the individual. Like you have to believe in yourself and believe who you are. Just because you do a lot of great things and you're occupying your life, that shouldn't stop you. Say, oh, that is no. But you have to believe in yourself. It's plenty of stuff to do. Be spontaneous. Take the initiative. Hey, do things, plan things. Hey, I want to take you out to today. Such and such. You gotta be spontaneous, but they just, I guess, they find you intimidating because some guys, I guess, they find certain women intimidating or something.
Mm-hmm. You have some men that do find women who are strong-minded intimidating. Why? I do not know. But most of the time, a lot of men too, they like for women to be, I'm not gonna say weak minded, but you might want to say weak minded and like have low self esteem to
Right,
where,
that's it.
yeah. So it's just, you do have some guys, I'm not even gonna really say men, you have some guys that do feel intimidated by a woman who she on her stuff. But why wouldn't you want to be with somebody who on their stuff? Because
I
when you're
agree.
not, guess what? She can hold y'all up.
But that's so. In other words, you are a responsible individual because you
Yeah,
got to realize before you
exactly.
came in the picture, she had her own place, she had her
Hmm.
own bills, she was handling her business, which makes her responsible. So it shows you, okay, I see her. Okay, she's very responsible. So I know, God forbid, if something does happen to me, like you said, J1, that you know how to handle things. I don't.
Exactly.
I don't want no individual who's dumb and stupid. I don't want an individual who's irresponsible. That's just me.
Hmm.
Because if something happen, you're gonna be up the creek.
Mm.
Yep.
Hmm.
But you want somebody who know they stuff,
Right.
Exactly.
especially if you're building this kingdom, you're building this empire, keep everything afloat. But it's all about response. Find you somebody who's responsible out there. Listen to us, and I find you somebody who's responsible, and you won't have to worry about all that, you know. But don't get nobody because they, I don't know. Anyway, we just want to share that one.
That's a whole other show, Furman.
Yeah.
It's called Dating After 40. It's a whole different animal.
But like I said, I'm 42,
Mm.
and but the thing about it, I hear people now, and I don't see women complaining. I see mostly males complaining now about women. It's like they, for some reason, they mad at women. Like all women do this. No, they don't. It's just the type of individual that you go towards. They go
Mm-hmm.
towards the woman who's showing her breast, showing it, showing that, showing all these body parts. They pursue them, and then when they get mistreated by them, then they will put every woman in everybody category. But you got some women who are career minded, goal oriented. She's she want a woman with class, but they don't want that.
Mm-mm.
They want the Instagram model. They want she's shaking behind. That's kind of they want. And then when they get with them, I would never got with this bitch. But you had this good woman right here who's about her business. She's not showing everything, and she's all that. But you didn't want her because you wanted to impress other people, and that's what a lot of some guys do. They want to get somebody said somebody trophy wife. Yeah,
Yeah,
they do
trophy.
that. Yeah, they want that to impress other people. They
Yep.
don't want, like we talked about this on the show, Jay. One, they don't want the Myra. You know, Myra
Amara, yeah.
was so in love with Steve, obsessed with Steve. She didn't care how Steve was. She just wanted Steve, but Steve overlooked her, even though they did date it, but he still wanted Laura. But you know,
Laura,
Laura
yeah.
didn't want Steve because Steve was the nerd. He was not popular. Laura was so it wanted to impress other people that she bypassed Steve for guys who had did her wrong, but Steve was always there for her.
Mm-hmm.
But that what people did. But that was a message I think really behind Family Matters, and I think some people catch that message behind it.
Definitely caught that message behind it. Definitely caught that. Of course, growing up, I didn't catch it. I was young, but as an adult,
Biggest crush on Steve Urkel. And then when he turned into Urkel, what?
Stephon Arkell.
Yeah. You on my wall. Your poster's on my wall. So,
But she wanted Stephon because Stephon was popular. The women were chasing after him, and
I
that's
mean,
what
he
she
was a
wanted.
fan.
But then he ended up cloning Steph. I think later on he ended up cloning Stephon. Well, she could have Stephon, but then it didn't work out because she ended up still getting Steve at the end because they ended up got
Mm-hmm.
engaged, whatever. But we talked about this on the show a while back, Patricia, on how a lot of times people they overlook a certain individual because they don't look the part or they may not have the look, but go after this person who don't mean them no well, and then at the end of the day they get burnt. And then
mhm.
they had this bitterness inside. So what they do, they put everybody in the same box.
Yep. Put them all in the same category.
But it's something you should, yeah, we got to get everybody's not the same. But like I said, you just see a lot of hatred towards women, what guys do now. It's like, they did say that. No, it's just what you go after. And then I like what
Mm-hmm.
somebody said, whatever's in you, that's what you going to attract.
Yep.
So that means
Well,
you have to check yourself and say, okay, why I keep attracting it? Okay, it's something in me that I keep
Wait, what
attracting
you?
it. Like you be like, it's something in me that keep attracting these people. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
make some changes. And that's what a lot of people don't look. You go, okay, I have to make some serious changes, make some serious adjustments.
Right.
But it's what you make out of it. It really is. It's what you make out of it. So we do have to do another show now. But anyway, let's talk about it. You part of the DFW networking group, of course, that just got started. How did that all come about with the networking group?
so it was founded back in 2019 and by Ken Wallace, and it basically kind of popped off even more so during the pandemic when everybody was sitting at home. Everything was popping off. So his group grew from a very small membership to now there's over 16,000 members. And so, you know, a lot of people have been seeing stuff that I do online, and I've been posting in that group, you know, when I'm doing all my promos and stuff. I've been doing it for years. And so Ken tapped me and was like, hey, would you be interested in having a leadership role in this particular group? We've seen your consistency. We see all the stuff you got going on, and I think you would be a good fit. So, you know, look at me. Not that I don't have enough going on, because once I start running it down, that list is long. But I was like, you know what? Yeah, you know, this is something that I need, that I'm passionate about. I like helping people. I like seeing people grow and get to the next level. That's always been my mission. So it goes hand in hand with my whole strategy and plan. So.
And it's an awesome thing. Like I said, just to be able to connect, meet individuals to, oh, okay, wow, you do this. Oh, wow, I love connect. Oh, wow, you do this. But that's the beautiful thing about you bringing people together, that people actually come out from different, you know, business background, where they may not be in business, but they just want to come, fellowship, meet different individuals who are doing extraordinary things. You never know who needs your services. So you just never know. And so you enter the room and say, wow, okay, this is what it is. This is what I like. Okay, wow, I love to connect. So it's an awesome thing that y'all are doing in the DFW. To just branch out and staying consistent, like you said, just staying consistent. Because we know being consistent is key in all that you do. You just can't say, I feel like doing it today, tomorrow I'm not going to do it. You got to press your way on when you don't feel like it. And I know we do have those moments when we don't feel like it. But remember what Jesus said, the spirit is willing, the flesh is weak. And we know that it is, because that flesh does get weak. Because remember, they had to pray. They fell asleep because they allowed the flesh got in the way. But it's having that willing spirit and that willing drive and everything else. So as you being an entrepreneur, Patricia, how do you go about your day? What time do you start your day? Because I know a lot of entrepreneurs, they start their morning early. Because we know they say we only got 24 hours in a day. So what time do you start your day? What time you start your day and what time you end your day on a regular basis?
Well, I usually open up my eyes like clockwork at like 5:30 a.m. every day. So from 5:30 to about maybe 6, I'm praying, and I'm just like in position and mode, praying, meditating, preparing my brain for everything I have to do for the day. Next, I'm making coffee. I'm doing content on all my platforms. I roll from content, throw on clothes, because I'm I literally don't look like this. I was just like, I'm about to be on the show, but wig was turned to the left. Like my shirt was backwards. I don't even know what I put on everything. I just throw it and I run outside and I jump in the wig, come to work, and I be in these dirty houses, you know, cleaning them up, wiping things, making things beautiful for the next following week. Yeah.
Man, that's what's up. Before we go into further, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to be right back after this commercial break.
We gripping it with 2 hands. Back touchdown, and you know you wanna do that. Bad, ooh yeah, she love it when I do that. Pull her hair with rumble from the back, grip it with 2 hands. Spinning for a 2-piece, well I meant to say 2 bands. Everybody meet a man, but I already knew that. Michael Corleone, bringing that pressure to all of the opposites. Kill you see it, a block miss. On the block with a Glock hanging out the bitty. Got a face and I swear I'm gon' make them feel it. Out the top of the drop when I let out the city. Wanna live like this and be a part of the beat. Wanna come like this and better change your attention. In that order, I'm a chief that I mentioned. On in your 40 and see how you get. Beat up off disrespect to them. Wisdom gon' come when you see what is written. Under the sand, gotta see what been hidden. Ain't got no money but flooded a pendant. Come in the strip but can't live in a prison. Ain't cut like this, it ain't even be. Damn. Spinning for a 2-piece. Well, I meant to say 2 bands. I just bought a 2-piece. I'm cooking it in 2 pans. We gripping it with 2 hands. Back touchdown, and you know you wanna do that. Bad, ooh yeah, she love it when I.
You ask all my teammates, the one thing about Michael Jordan was he never asked me to do something that he didn't fucking do. people see this and they're gonna say, well, he wasn't really a nice guy. He may have been a tyrant. Oh, well, that's you, because you never wanted anything. I wanted to win, but I wanted them to win and be a part of that as well. Look, I don't have to do this. I'm only doing it because it is who I am. That's how I played the game. That was my mentality.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on the Walking This Way Impact What's podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., along with my co-host, Chastity, out of Mobile, Alabama, my hometown. Also, we have entrepreneur herself, Patricia, in the building with us on the night. Yeah, it's all about winning, right? Having a winning mindset, winning in all areas of life. And whatever you do in life, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you put in 1,000% in what you're doing. Whether becoming a better man, 1,000%, a better woman, 1,000%. Where you in your business, 1,000%. Where you working for someone, 1,000%. Always put in 1,000% of what you do. And it's all about working the spirit of excellence, right? In everything you do, whatever we set our hand to, it's going to prosper. According to scripture, everything we put our hand to is going to prosper. So we want everything we touch to prosper. We want everything we touch to turn to gold. And most important, we want to make sure that we're leaving a lasting impact on someone's life, whether on the show, what Patricia's doing, J1, whatever you're doing as well. We want to live an impact. And we know we see a lot of negativity in the world. We see a lot of that. But we need to put some more positivity out there in the atmosphere. And they put more positivity out there in the universe, that there is a bright side. I love what Will Smith said in an interview years ago. He said, I want to represent possibilities. When he said represent possibilities, he wanted to be an example that no matter, you can do all things, according to scripture, but we know with God, all things are possible. So we should want to represent possibilities. No matter what walk of life you came from, where you grew up at, where you started at, hey, they're doing it. They're doing great things. They're living the life they want to live. I could do it too. And that's the message we want to present to whom we come in contact with. So we're back here on the Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast. Back here with Patricia as well. So Patricia, how can individuals plug in on what you're doing, how to support what you're doing, and also share your social media platforms?
Well, definitely if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, join the Dallas-Fort Worth Entrepreneur Group. You will put that link down in the bio or something. And then also follow my business page. You can meet me on Instagram. Contemporary Current is my main page. And that's where all my business stuff go on. I do got a personal page, but y'all gonna have to be my friend to get that one. And, and then, outside of that, we do have an event coming up July 27th at the Dallas Star, Frisco, Texas. It is a VIP experience, so you must be buzzed in, be on time, make sure you register so you can get into that one. Also, what else I got going on? Just doing estate sales. I teach people online how to start their own estate sale company nationwide. So I host a class like once every 3 months. I have open enrollment, and I teach people how to start their own brand, and my students have been successful. And when I say first weekend out the gate, they hitting 5 figures or more. So
And
yeah.
awesome. So how has that experience been? Just sharing your information, your wisdom to other ones that's coming up in the ranks. If they say, how has that been?
Oh yeah, I mean it blows me away every time I hear the amount of success that they're achieving, and just to know that they are being a blessing the way that I am. They are like miniature versions of me nationwide. Like it can't get no better than that.
I love it. I
Yeah.
really do. I love it. Just spreading the wealth and just spreading the knowledge. And
Yeah.
charity starts at home and spread it abroad. So it started with you at home, now it's spread it abroad, of course, to impact other people and just the things about it. Yeah, and also though that's in the DFW area. Come out to Frisco at the Star. At the Star, which is the headquarters of the Dallas Cowboys. I know more information will be on your page, Patricia, as well. I know it's scheduled. The next one's scheduled for next month, correct? Next month.
Next month, July 27th.
So if you're an entrepreneur, you ain't gotta be an entrepreneur. Just come on out, meet and greet, break bread, fellowship, because you never know that one individual who may be there could change your life. All it takes is one opportunity, one shot to change your whole life around. So don't be scared, don't be
Yeah.
discouraged. But come on out and just present yourself. You know, so
Right.
just present yourself. Just come out, just show up. Like Isaiah 119 says, if you be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. So we want to do God's part. All we gotta do is just be willing and obedient. Just take care of our part. Eating the good of the land, He's gonna take care of that. So just show up, present yourself, and don't make excuses. You know, and it is, and the event is the event is a regular event, so you don't have to pay anything. So it's no excuses. So come out, put your name on the ticket, and present yourself. Don't be scared. This is your moment. I believe this is your moment. You just got to make it happen. Believe in yourself. You know, trust God, but believe in yourself as well. And you just never know who's going to be there to help you get to the next level. You can meet your next mentor. You just never know. You just never know. Step out on faith. That's how I see it.
Amen.
Also, so and that's just Patricia. Who in all that you do? Who inspired you the most during this journey? Who had really inspired you during this path of success that you're on?
Right. So my grandmother raised me, from the time I was 2 all the way up until I was 13. She was 66 years old when I moved in with her and at 2 years old. So like I got a lot of old wisdom from her during that time. And she was an entrepreneur. She had her own residential care facility. We lived with the people that we took care of. I had to learn diversity real quick because we were living with people that had mental illnesses and whatnot. And my grandmother treated them like family, and so she taught me that spirit of rising up before the sun comes up and going down after it had already set. So, just constantly day in and day out, I never seen her stop. Multiple hustles. She had that. She had rental property. She was also preaching that she was on the missionary board. She'd go preach and they take a little offering for her. I'm like, okay, Granny. Yeah, I need to get on this.
I love it.
Hey, Chase, have anything you want to add?
um,
Yeah. Man.
I had a question and it's just, oh, it left. Hold on.
Yeah, he'll come.
Because I love that. I love that. Entrepreneur, of course, is apparently in your family, is in your blood. Um, when your times, because I know those times came, of course, early on. When those times came where it's just like you wanted to give up and throw in the towel, what is it that you can tell somebody, encourage somebody else, not to quit, to keep going? Because, when we first start, it's just like, sometimes we can't see the vision, be a little blurry. Like, hold on now, God, I know what you said, but I don't see it, even though it's not meant for us to see it. But what can you tell somebody else to say, hey, keep it going, keep it going?
Well, I'm definitely glad you asked me that, Chessie, because there were so many times I just wanted to quit. Like I could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. I had all the naysayers too, like, "Oh, you can't do this. You never did this. What do you mean you do what? You clean out people's houses. You sell they stuff." Like everybody had a negative tone attached to it, right? And so I'm like, okay, it's just what I do. I can't
Mhm.
you know, like the beauty industry before somewhat. And so to come from that to be in the heart of like I'm dumpster diving, I'm in the middle of trash, I'm at junkyards, I'm at dumps, like, it's a whole different model. I knew that I wanted to prove it to myself, number one. And I wanted to let everybody know, like, hey, I got it out the mud. Like I literally turned something that y'all may call junk or trash into treasure, and now it's creating generational wealth for my family. So, my final word to everybody that's going through that: just keep your foot on their neck. Okay.
Now, that's
I
very
love it.
unique. that's that's
Love
that's very unique. They
it.
had a conversation too. Was it on the show? Anyway, with Noah, when Noah was building the ark, and people laughed at Noah, and they said, "It rained in so many years. Why are you building that ark for?" But they laughed at him. But it didn't stop Noah from being obedient.
Yes.
Right.
He kept on building that ark, even though people laugh at you, they're gonna ridicule you, they're gonna talk about you, they're gonna think you crazy, they're gonna think you this, they're gonna think you that. But you kept building and you kept building, and they see it come to pass. Now I said, "Oh, I believe in you," but you didn't support the vision when you didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But don't say, "Oh, I believe in you now," but you didn't believe it. You laughed at me when you didn't see. You thought I was crazy. But now you
Mm-hmm.
see everything come to fruition. I always believe in you.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
It's funny how the tables turn, right?
Exactly.
It is that.
It's funny how the tables turn. But we're gonna take one quick commercial break, and then we're gonna do our final remarks after this commercial break.
I originally visited Dress for Success in 2012. I was laid off. I had an interview coming up. My child care provider referred me to Dress for Success, and when she told me about the program and how much it was set up for women, it was a no-brainer. I felt crisp because I knew the information, I knew what I bring to the table, but I didn't have a complete look. There was an opportunity for me to go and get suited, and when I put that suit on, it gave me the confidence and everything that I needed to really move forward. Everything within that suit was sleek, it was polished, and it meant business. At that next interview, I was offered the position because of that suit. I no longer have that suit because I paid it forward. Now another woman gets to experience exactly what I felt through the power of that suit. People may not understand your journey, but your journey is yours, and as you stay the course, Dress for Success provides lifelong resources. Dress for Success really changed the trajectory for my family. We've been thriving and living out loud ever since, and the journey never stopped. I'm still connected to Dress for Success today. Things go good when you expect things to go good.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here in the Walking This Way Impact Was podcast. Matter of fact, big shout out to my cousin that was in that commercial. Keisha out of St. Louis. She's an entrepreneur herself. She's an author. She's a coach, motivational speaker, conference speaker. I know she said she's going to be here. Matter of fact, she hit me up and said she's going to be in Dallas next month for an event that she's a part of. And she was like, "We need to get together and do dinner." So we're going to do dinner. So I'm looking forward to having dinner with my cousin next month when she comes. And it worked out. Come off on Wednesday. She's going to be here that Wednesday. It worked out perfectly. So I'm looking forward to seeing her when she comes to Dallas and also have dinner with her as well. So like I said, a lot of great things. A lot of great things are popping off. So I know we're pressed for time, of course. I know, of course, Patricia, I know you're handling business right now. We don't want to hold you up. So do you have any final remarks you want to leave here with the listening audience that's listening to us right now as we're live streaming, and go back and watch the replay on YouTube in the near future?
Well, I definitely want to tell people to never give up. Don't look at your circumstance of where you are, like at that moment. Think about what's getting ready to happen with you putting that your best foot forward every single day. I had no clue. I literally had no clue. I had nowhere to live, no car, no money. It was just completely God just putting me in the right places at the right time. And I did not walk in fear. I walked by faith and not by sight. So,
Amen.
final word, definitely keep applying that pressure, and don't let me get my foot out on y'all.
Oh wow.
Foot.
Hey, you don't want that. You don't want that foot. You don't want that foot at all. At all. You don't want that foot. So, hey,
I
man, those
love
that
it.
listen this night, don't give up. There's no such thing as no excuses. Make
Yeah.
things happen. As a matter of fact, we are already in the 6th month of 2024. June is flying by. We're about to get ready to go in July before you know it. So
Yeah.
you got to ask yourself, is I where I need to be at, or I'm just still playing around? Are you still procrastinating? Are you still being tossed to and fro? Because what happens when it comes December 31st or January 1st, we get excited. Oh, this is my year. This is my season. This is my time. Do this and do that. But then we get excited, and then before you know, we go right back down to the reality that we in. Going, what is it? The old saying, just getting by, just getting
Mm-hmm.
by. And then when December 31st, January 1st hit around again, we get that false, I want to say that false hope, that false confidence. But we don't change our situation.
Right.
But then
Right.
we quit to say, oh, I'm just waiting on God. I'm just waiting on God. Yeah, but he did his part. Because when Christ went on the cross, he said it was finished.
Mm-hmm.
He done his part. Now you have to pick up the mantle yourself, pick up the torch yourself, and move forward. He gave us the blueprint on how to do it. So what we keep waiting on?
That's right. Amen.
We'll keep waiting on.
Amen.
I know, right? So J1, I know, of course, you're entrepreneur in your own right. So how
Mhm.
can the individuals support you in what you're doing? How can they also plug in your social media site as well? Also,
First of all, I want to say thank you for coming on the show. It was awesome. Your testimony, amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, you can find me at Graceful Affirmations on Facebook. On TikTok, I am .jbos, JAYBOS. Again, thank you for coming on the show. Such a great show. It's a great opportunity of me meeting you, such an awesome person. I love it. I'll definitely be following your business page.
Thank
most
you so much.
definitely. Thank you, Patricia, once again for taking time out your productive schedule to hang out with us tonight. I know you're out and about. I know you still conducting business, of course. We know that it don't stop, right? So it don't stop. So things keep going, but we got to lead this thing. We got to get off the air. We're gonna be back here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. here on Walking This Way Impact Plus Podcast. I'm looking forward. We had a great night here on the show, and we're gonna look forward to have another great one as we come up on tomorrow as well. So big shout out to Jeannie on the YouTube side. Big shout out to her. We won't forget anybody watching us. Big shout out to Nicole. She's gonna be. Oh yeah, Nicole gonna be on with us. J1 on June 25th. That's
Yeah.
gonna be that morning at 10 a.m. So that's when she's gonna be with us. So big shout out to her. In the comments, big shout out to Maria as well, because I know you work with Maria in a DFW networking group. Patricia Wells with her support. So big shout out to her. Other than that, man, y'all have a great night. Enjoy your evening. Set your goals. Get a vision in place, because the scripture tells us without a vision, the people perish. So if you ain't got no vision, you're just gonna perish. So get a vision. This is, and I said, and I thought about this too. We was not created to be a waste. You was not created to be a waste.
That's
God
right.
made us. So God made us. Why we carrying ourselves around like we are made to be a waste? You're not. You're very unique. You're the apple in God's eye. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. And he didn't make you be a waste. So why are we walking around with a wasteful mentality?
Right.
Around with a victim mentality. When you go back to your maker and realize my maker made me. So why I'm allowing other people's opinions to make me?
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
is it what God says, or is it what people say?
That's
Because
right.
people's opinion don't mean anything. At the end of the day, it's all about what God say. If God said the apple of his eye, you the apple of his eye. He said, you're fearfully wonderfully made. You're fearfully wonderfully made. He said, if you're more than a conqueror, you're more than a conqueror. Don't allow people opinions to persuade you from reaching your purpose and your destiny in life. I just want to leave that out there, because at the end of the day, the people talk about you, they was not for you. Trust me, God gonna put the right people in your path who need to be in there with you.
That's
So
right.
God start moving those people out the way. He moves those people out the way for a reason. When they start removing themselves, that's for a reason. So when enemies start removing themselves out your life and out your path, That's a good thing because what it's gonna do, that's finna bring in the new people that's going to be there. Just want
Amen.
to leave that note on that tonight. But me and Jay, when we'll be back here tomorrow night, thank you, Patricia. Like I said, we don't want to hold you up. I know you out there in the trenches and stuff. We thank you again. Don't be a stranger. We got to get you back on in the show.
Yeah.
Talk about some other stuff as well. We're looking forward to it. Ladies and gentlemen, man, y'all have a great night. And like I said, we'll be back here tomorrow night here on Walking This Ways Impact Voice Podcast. Peace, everybody.
Just keep your eyes on God and see the change come.